brutal honesty can actually help you and others. Because a lot of people they already like to avoid honesty, and so they like to avoid brutal honesty even more. And like, that's what I'm saying is that sometimes you just have to be straight direct, like straight to the point on what you're talking about. Otherwise, people will find workarounds to what you're saying. If you take somebody that has, let's say they have a health issue, and you try to, you know, be more kind about the situation, which I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being kind or whatever, but sometimes you have to be direct to the point because people are going to think they are going to try and tell themselves what you actually mean. So sometimes it is good to be brutally honest. Now, obviously, you gotta be careful with how exact brutal you get because this can have the negative effect as well. But overall, though, brutal honesty in a lot of cases can actually be beneficial, I think. Sometimes it'll hurt, but the truth hurts sometimes, and that's what people need, though. But everybody's heard the stories of the really big kid or the really small kid who gained a bunch of muscle and he looked like amazing afterwards, right? And then you always hear the stories of, well, how'd you start? Well, I got made fun of, I got bullied. I'm not saying bullying, but like if you have a friend and they have like severe health issues and you know what they're doing is wrong, for example, if all they do at home is sit at home, eat like shit, don't do anything with their life, and you're not brutally honest about anything, you try and tiptoe around the problem, this could lead them into a more negative lifestyle because nobody was telling them to change. So like, think about it. If you're in their shoes, you're living like shit, eat like shit, your lifestyle is terrible. If I'm your friend and I'm telling you face to face that you are perfect, there's nothing wrong with what you're doing and you should keep doing it, what are you going to do? Unless you have really good mental fortitude for yourself, but you probably don't if you're in this situation, then you're going to keep doing what you're doing because you don't see there's a problem in it. Nobody else recognizes it. You don't recognize it. So what do? You keep doing the problem. You keep doing the same thing each and every day. So sometimes brutal honesty, it hurts. It hurts sometimes to hear, but I don't know about you, but me personally, if I had a family member or a friend that lives like trash, I would rather be completely honest with them and tell them that I think they should change, and whether or not they take my advice or not, that's up to them. But I would rather do that than watch them sit there and just throw their life away because of some pleasures that they like. They like to eat like ass. They eat like shit. They do nothing with their time. They're not active. They're not healthy. And then slowly but surely, their life expectancy will start to go down. Now, obviously, this isn't like guaranteed you're going to die because you're fat, or you're guaranteed to die if you eat shit. But what I'm saying is, I would much rather it not get to that point and still have them in my life than just let them do what they want and say nothing about it. Sometimes it's good to voice your opinion because your opinion can change their opinion on what they're doing. It's the same thing where it was like if your parents tell you that if you don't get a job, we're kicking you out. Or you need to get a job or else something's going to happen because they have to be brutally honest to get them to get off their ass and do something with their life. That's what I'm talking about when I say brutal honesty. I'm not saying be a complete dickhead. You can. Sometimes it gets the point across if that's how you are. Everyone's different, but I'm not saying to be one. I'm saying be brutally honest, straight to the point. Don't sugarcoat anything. Get straight to the point. Let them know how you feel and what you think they're doing is wrong and how they should change it. And if they take your advice, they take your advice. If they don't, they don't. And that's on them. But at least you can say you tried. As a family member or as a friend or whatever you are to these people, at least you can say that you tried to help them. you may not be bashing them or anything, but you're saying, hey dude, if you don't fix your shit, you could have serious issues in the future. And that's why in the other video I made, I said that health is really important, because it really is. And it's not really necessarily about living the longest. It's more about just giving yourself the ability to do anything you want without any like problems. Like obviously, even healthy people, they might have issues. I'm not saying that being healthy is going to cure everything, but what I am saying is you have a way less chance of this stuff happening, like having back pain, you know, just hurting all the time, being able to run, you know, this is stuff to do with your health. If you're severely overweight, it's very hard to do things like running, which is something that is super simple that everybody should be able to do. It's very hard to get on the ground and do one push-up. It's very hard to jump around. Like if you're, say you want to go out and play a sport and play it for hours because you love the sport, but your health holds you back because you couldn't take care of yourself, well, now you have issues. So that's what I'm saying. Would you rather see the people that you love in that position, or would you rather say something? You can let them live how they want to live, or you can say something. Like I said, it's up to them if they want to take your advice or not, but you might be that edge to them, that one last step to get them to just do something to improve themselves. You could be that person. So that's what I mean by brutal honesty. You just got to be direct sometimes. You know, I understand everybody, let's be honest, everybody lies a little bit. Obviously, it's better to tell the truth, but everybody does it to make people feel better, you know, whatever. That's just how it is. It's always been like that. But it's always better to tell the truth, for being honest. But yes, just if you see somebody like, you know, the life they're going down or the road they're going down is very negative, I say be the person to stand up and say something, because you could be the one that changes their path completely into a way better direction. But if you let them sit there and you just watch them do whatever they want, well, you might have to see the ending result. And that's what I'm saying. And even if you do be completely brutally honest, they might hate you for it. They might, but to be honest, I'd rather have them hate me for it, hate me for trying to help them, whereas them love me for letting them live that trashy life that they're living. And this isn't even just about being fat or whatever. That's not the point. What I'm saying is it could be anything. Wasting your time, you're doing nothing with your life, achieving nothing, being unhealthy. This one kind of tags on with being unhealthy, but drinking, doing drugs, you know, all this stuff. If you think that they are going down that bad road, it might not hurt to say something. It just depends on the situation. But I think truly, if you think they're going down a really bad road, say something. If they don't change, that's on them. But at least you can say that you tried. That's the point. It's not to be a dick. It's more to just help each other out by being honest with each other for once. But when you do this, if they see something that you do that they don't necessarily agree with, you can't get mad at them for, you know, letting you know what they think. So you just gotta keep an open mind when you do this. But I think that brutal honesty can truly help a lot of people and change a lot of things. It just depends on what you're being brutally honest about. But yeah, for real, I mean, just help a friend out, help a family member out. Be honest for once. Honesty is the best policy, but brutal honesty takes it to another step, because then now you're being really, really honest about sensitive topics. Talking about someone's health is a sensitive topic. Talking about the way they're living is a sensitive topic. Things about their life, sensitive topic. So, I mean, it can be hard, and it can ruin a relationship, but at the same time, just let it sit there for a little bit in their head, and you might get surprised. Maybe they'll come back and they'll thank you for actually trying, you know, actually giving a shit and helping them, and then they might change. Or sometimes people can't handle the truth, they push you off, and then that's your key to know that, okay, this person doesn't need me in my life anyways. If whatever he's doing is just, he's going down a bad road and he doesn't want to listen to anything I have to say, and he doesn't want to be my friend anymore because of this, then there's no you're not really losing much. I mean, there's plenty of other people out there. You can meet them, you know, plenty of people. So just understand that it's not, you're not doing this to be a dick. You're doing this to actually help people. You're actually doing this to help the people that you love around you. And it could lead to confrontation, but I'm just saying it could help. So that's all I really wanted to say. Life isn't too short to make a change.